My couch is ripped, just ignore that. I'm gonna try and eat. This seemed so appealing before it arrived. Today has been the hardest day of my pregnancy so far. I didn't have morning sickness until a week or two after I found out I was pregnant. This is gluten-free and I think dairy-free garlic bread. But yeah, it's hit me like a ton of bricks. I've only thrown up like a handful of times, but I have 24/7 nausea. Like, if I'm awake, I'm nauseous. The only time I'm not nauseous is either if I'm having like a juicy or an ice block, and right after throwing up, because right after throwing up there's just like this moment of peace in my body where everything feels normal again, and that lasts like a minute. I have had food aversions to pretty much everything. First few weeks of my pregnancy, I felt incredible. I was eating so healthy. I was like, this is nothing. I knew that eventually I'd get humbled. I didn't expect it so quick and so hard. This actually tastes pretty good now that I'm slowly eating it. So today has been the hardest day of my pregnancy because I've been really struggling to eat and I felt really sick. All of yesterday, but especially in the evening, my nausea was the worst I think I've ever had. And I threw up a tiny bit before dinner, but it was mostly just like bile because I hadn't been eating enough. It's so hard to eat enough at the moment. It's so hard because for me, eating does not help with the nausea. If anything, it can make it worse. So I threw up mostly bile, and then I had a tiny bit of dinner, and then what I did eat, I threw that back up. But this morning, I actually had to cancel an appointment because I was like, I'm gonna throw up during it. Today was the Artemis launch. My fiance is big into space. She's been waiting for humans to go back to the moon her entire life, but she's been waiting for this launch. I think it's been delayed since 2019. So we were thrilled that she was able to watch it before work. So we got up. She's like, oh, I'm gonna pop over to the dairy and get myself a pie. Do you want anything? I was like, yes, get me a slushy cup. But I was like, I need something frozen. And so I had that, and that was my breakfast. And then after she had gone off to work, I managed to have a couple of gluten-free arrowroot biscuits, but that was all I'd managed to eat. This is the only other thing I've eaten today. I haven't eaten since those biscuits. You'll find out why. So I was laying in bed because I was exhausted and weak and just nauseous to all hell. And I was like, damn, my stomach really hurts. And it was like bad. And I get really nervous about any pain because I'm so scared of miscarriage. I'm so scared of losing this baby too. So any pain I get very anxious. But also any symptom I get really anxious. Like, oh, I'll be sitting on the toilet Googling like, really sore stomach. Is this a sign of a miscarriage? Even though I literally had an ultrasound just a matter of days ago and everything was great. Like, I know for a fact baby has a good heart rate, but I'm still scared. But